Let's continue preparing for the Excel 2013 certification. Pardon my deep voice, I have a cold. Let's look at this spreadsheet here. You can download this file at sdrv.ms/1HLOV Don't bother typing in the www, just type in sdrv.ms/ what I just said. So imagine these Hunger Game characters actually became salespeople rather than join that terrible game. So what we want to do is we want to find a number of salespeople. I'm going to click down here in the bottom here. I'm going to type in equals count. Now if I type in equals count, this is a formula. It's going to count the number of cells in a range that contains numbers. I'm not interested in numbers, I'm interested in this text. These are names. So I'm going to type in count A. The formula equals count A counts the number of cells that are not empty. Now these are actual people here that are occupying these cells. So this should work out. Equals count A bracket. I'm going to click and highlight by dragging. And we don't even have to bother closing that last bracket. I'm just going to press enter. So you can see there's 16 people. We can verify this by clicking here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Indeed, it's 16. What if we add another character? I'm going to right click on one of these rows here. Right click, insert. So what if we add a character named Mario? So as soon as I press enter here, you can see the number 16 change to 17. So this is nice how by using a formula, we can automatically keep an up-to-date list of how many actual people there are. I'm going to press Ctrl Z to undo. So now we're back at 16. Now what is the average sales? The average sales, these are the amounts. I'm going to click down here. I'm going to type in equals average. Equals average bracket. I'm going to click and highlight these numbers. And we don't want to highlight the actual headings. I just want the numbers only. Press enter. And you can see this here is the average. In fact, we can format this by highlighting this row, clicking on 18 and pressing Ctrl B, which would bold it so you can see it a bit better. Now what if we want to just pay attention to the highest performance in a particular region? We could sort by region. If this is our data, we can highlight the data. That's just one way of doing it. There's so many ways to analyze information in Excel. I'm going to highlight this nice table and I'm going to go to data and we can sort it. Click on sort. Now I'm interested in the actual region, so I'm going to sort by not the salesperson but by the actual store. Now this store here, I should have probably called it region. It would have been a little bit more descriptive, but I can see that the heading here is store and I have the different stores. One is in the north, east, south, and west. We have 4 stores. I'm going to click on OK. And you can see that this table is sorted by stores. We have east, and we have norths, and we have souths and wests. So the idea of subtotaling, we can just very easily click on the side here, and I'm going to call this east total, and we can just type in equals, and we can type in sum bracket, and just highlight the numbers we're interested in, which is these numbers here, and press enter. We can even close off the bracket if we wish. D2 is the beginning, D, column D, row 2, colon means all the way towards, D5, column D, row 5, press enter, and you can see that we actually found a nice subtotal. And if I change this number of pitas sales to actually 650 and I press enter, you can see the subtotal actually updates nicely. I'm going to finish this video by explaining this very cool function called SUMIFs. So we want to subtotal the sales of all the females. So to do that, I'm going to use this function called equals SUMIF. Now I'm going to use SUMIFs. SUMIF does not fulfill my needs, because I want to find the subtotal of all the females in this table. And if I type in equals sum if bracket, the range would be these numbers. I want to add these numbers, comma, the criteria. The criteria is going to be double quote F. Now the problem about this SUMIF function is that there's no criteria range. I want this range of criteria to influence this sum range, this range of values that I want to add. So I'm not going to use SUMIF, but let's play with this strange function called SUMIFs. So SUMIFs bracket, S means plural. The sum range is, I want to add these numbers up here, the sales. We want to find the total sales of the females, comma, the criteria range is going to be based off whether they're male or female. So this is the corresponding criteria range I want to play with. And Excel is smart, it actually knows what we're talking about, which one relates to which, comma, the criteria being F. So as long as the criteria range, this range here, each individual item is F, is equals to F female, then it means that we're gonna add the corresponding sales amount. So if I close this bracket and press enter, it's amazing how I have this magical number 4290. So just to highlight what this formula just did, I'm gonna manually highlight Control B, all the females, this one here, Control B here, this one here, as well as these two cells here, and we have these 4 cells here. So if I were to add these up, equals 400 plus 290 plus 1000 plus 900 plus 150 plus 300 plus 200 plus 400 plus 650, and press enter, you can see that these two numbers are the same. This very interesting formula, equals SUMIFs, allowed me to very quickly meet a certain criteria and add numbers together. So this is definitely a formula that you should try to play with and practice. And there's another similar formula that does the same thing called average ifs.